for you about somebody that is caught red-handed, cheating, probably in a romantic sense, because we do have the Lust card, which says greed, bareback, and inconsiderate. We also have the Lipstick Evidence card, which talks about infidelity, caught cheating, and betrayal. So this does look like someone who has not been able to hold up their end of the bargain in a committed relationship. So let's take a little bit of time to call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still waking up, apparently. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Let's dive in with, we'll go with the Jack-o'-lantern tarot and see what else we've got. What is going on? Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups in the reverse, and the Ten of Swords. So we have somebody who has been playing a part but not really doing right by the connection. And with the Queen of Cups in the reverse, they've been manipulating, probably gaslighting, but now with this Ten of Swords, that's like the end of something, but it's also a card that stands for betrayal, which we did have on the evidence card. So it looks like they can't really do anything to dissuade whoever catches them of what really has happened. So now there's really no room for them to lie. What's up, Dracula? Hello, Sylvester. How you doing? It's bright and early, huh? So we've got the Magician, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Swords in the reverse. So whoever they had been keeping in the dark, probably their romantic partner, now they have all the information that's been kept from them. Now they can see who they've really been dealing with, and that maybe they have misplaced their trust in this partner of theirs. What else? Six of Wands. The World in the reverse. So this is someone, does not have to be a female, but I will just say that the cards that have come out for the person who gets caught, they're all queens. I do think that for the majority of you, there's a good chance this person is a woman, but I do like to just clarify that the tarot is reading energy, not physicality. But we've had the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Swords in the reverse, as well as the Nine of Pentacles, which has a feminine energy on it. But this is somebody who is a bit braggadocious or egotistical. They could have some measure of fame or just like wealth, but it's like no matter what they get, it's not good enough. And they have a tendency to just think about themselves. So being in a relationship isn't ideal for them, because sacrificing what they want for the good of their relationship is kind of a foreign concept to them. Knight of Wands, Ace of Cups in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles. So now we have three knights with a K on this end of the reading, and it feels to me like this would be the, what do we call that, affair partner. I think that's maybe like Reddit speak, but it works, right? Knights are generally younger or more impulsive energy, not necessarily acting on a long strategy so much as moving on something. So I feel like this is someone who saw an opportunity. They were attracted to this Queen of Pentacles, and they felt like whatever relationship was in their way wasn't really in their way. I'm not here for love. I'm just here for a good time. I know the phrase is different, but that's what they're saying. Like, yeah, that sounds like a good time. Let's do that. All right. This is the, what do I call it? Spanish tarot. Tarot Espanol. Hello, Miss Fafa. How are you doing? Oh, are you Fate? Hello, Stitch. How are you doing? Hello, Steve. Good morning. No. Just a little baby timeout, because... Hello, Shayla. You're welcome to come back, though. I just don't want to talk about that dude. He's pretty lame. We've got the Four of Wands. In the reverse, though. Oh, wait, no, it is in the upright. No, that's... the numbers are at the bottom. Four of Wands in the reverse and the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Letting down your guard. Not caring about the structures that are in place. Four of Wands is also a reference to a relationship. But I feel like this is somebody who is bold in their actions. They don't seem to have a lot of regret. But when they see that they're attracted to somebody and they have an opportunity, they don't seem to really be too concerned with what the consequences could be or what the fallout could be. We have Justice and El Colgado, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is in the reverse. So because you've refused to adjust to the situation, because you maybe are not holding yourself accountable, whoever this Queen of Pentacles is, things are going to get worse. It's like because they dig in their heels or because they try to lie about what they've done instead of just admitting like, okay, I guess I got caught. Things get worse. Hello, Amen. Hello, Vikshata. Hello, Danny. Hello, Johnny. What else? Eight of Wands. Three of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. I feel like this is a work affair. And La Estrella, the star. I can't show you that card because there's some boobies on it, and YouTube doesn't like boobies. I know, right? But I do feel like this is somebody that they have been flirting with or have had a bit of a chemistry with for a while, and then this opportunity presents itself, and there's no effort to say no. This Three of Pentacles could also mean it's somebody that they are connected to, like their boyfriend's friend or their sibling's best friend. But it's not who they're supposed to be getting naked with. They are indeed being selfish, just thinking about what they want. And because it is a pretty cool card, I'm gonna cover the chick. Isn't that cool? I know what I want. I'm not gonna think about the consequences. Just gonna do what I want. There we go. Because this is somebody who really is more focused on themselves than being able to like decline short-term gratification because it puts at risk that long-term, right? Hello, Charlie. How are you doing? My email address is in the description box if you'd like a reading. Otherwise, I do often do personal questions at the end of the general reading with priority to those who have tipped. Thank you for questioning that, Shayla. Glad to hear it. What else do we have? Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Ace of Wands in the reverse. And the Page of Wands. Look at that expression. Like, So here's the thing. This is somebody who has been they've had a very prideful existence. Somebody who's been very focused on what they want and what works for them. I don't necessarily care about how it impacts other people or whether or not somebody gets mad at what I chose. Who cares? But with this Page of Wands, following the Ace of Wands in the reverse, I feel like this is someone finally getting their consequences or finally having a little bit of karmic justice because they haven't really been too preoccupied with anybody else's happiness or like being respectful. So there's going to be, what I'm seeing in my mind is like a scorpion. I feel like there's some sort of, maybe it's literally just calling it a scorpion's tail, but when you think something is not that big of a deal and then it comes back and like bites you, that's what I'm seeing in my mind. So they feel like it's not that big of a deal. Even if my boyfriend or girlfriend or spouse or whatever is deciding that they don't want to be with me anymore, oh well. They feel like they still have options. They're not too concerned about it. But I feel like there's going to be an additional fallout. I feel like there's going to be a bigger consequence than they initially see. Hello, Outlaw. How are you doing? What else? 10 of Swords. Another reference to betrayal. The Chariot. And the Hermit. Look how awesome that card is. Like, look at the horse's legs. I think this is going to be a bigger splash than they expect. I think there's going to be a social community that rejects this person. I think they're going to realize that they are out on their own. There's no other people who are interested. The friends decide to not be friends with them anymore. I think this is going to be one of those more difficult than anticipated lessons. They underestimate what kind of potential fallout there could be, and they could quite literally end up being like the outcast. Nobody wants to be their friend anymore, and they really like that popularity. They feel like they're important, and their actions may end up ostracizing them. Page of Wands in the reverse, 8 of Pentacles, and the Star in the reverse. This could be someone who's famous, yo. This could be somebody, because we've had the 6 of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles also indicates wealth or security, but we keep getting the Star, and now we have the Star in the reverse. So I feel like this is somebody who, they could even be a musician. The Tarot of the Cat People has the 8 of Pentacles displayed with 2 musicians. Don't ask me what that is. Is that funky guitar? Oh, I didn't even notice. Look at, there's cats at the top of the board thing. What is it called? Sorry, guys, I don't play guitar. Look, I think this is someone who did not expect the tabloids or the social community or the workplace to be like, psst, psst, did you hear what they did? But now it's like nobody really wants to deal with this person. They did not expect that kind of response. Yeah, I do feel like it's karma in that regard, Shayla. Hello, Erin. How are you doing? Hello, Showleys. Hello, Gavin. I hope you're having a good day. So we have the King of Pentacles, 8 of Cups in the reverse, 7 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so the thing is, it's like everyone's choosing sides, and because it was so obvious that one person has cheated, it's like everybody's like, well, I'm gonna choose this King of Pentacles. Keep in mind, of course, King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles could be a committed couple, right? So this would be the person who is cheated on. And they're not having to walk away. They're embraced more so by the friend community or the family, and everybody else is looking at their partner, the Queen of Pentacles, like, you suck. Why'd you do that? Why'd you hurt my friend? Why'd you do that to this King of Pentacles? Because it seems like this King of Pentacles is maybe liked even more so than the Queen of Pentacles. Five of Wands. Ten of Pentacles. So while this Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles energy is out here being selfish, they're flirting, they're cheating, they feel like they're on top of the world or everybody wants like a piece of them, they get caught cheating on this King of Pentacles, they get kind of booted out of the community, nobody really likes them, and then this King of Pentacles is like getting all of the offers. Everybody's like, oh, you're great. Oh, you're single. That's great. Again, does not have to be a man, but this King of Pentacles is somebody that is now getting much of the attention, probably from different people, right? That this Queen of Pentacles had expected to get because they feel so good about themselves. But now they have to sit and watch their former partner get all the attention that they like to get. What else? Three of Cups and the Hermit in the reverse with the Nine of Cups. This is wild. So while they had previously definitely had people that were interested in the Queen of Pentacles, now that they're like basically persona non grata, now that they've been caught, we could probably say with their pants down, there's like a movement away from them, and people who are, you know, worried about their reputation or have integrity or maybe genuinely did care about this King of Pentacles, they're rejecting the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles maybe is even considering moving elsewhere, but there's also a lot of amorous attention towards this King of Pentacles. Like, hey, well, now that you're single, I could treat you right. And I think it's making this Queen of Pentacles jealous. We haven't seen the Queen of Wands in the reverse come out for that person yet, but we might. Ace of Cups, Knight of Wands in the reverse, and the High Priestess. So the secretive person who was not treating their relationship with respect ends up kind of losing out or losing favor. There's not people that really want to spend time with them, or there are people who feel like they can't be close to them anymore, can't trust you. And on the other side, on the flip side, we have this King of Pentacles who is seen as somebody that was loving and caring, and they deserve this relationship. So when this secret comes out, it's like it alters their reputation. One going down, the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles now is like more popular. People are showing they're more interested. Maybe this even impacts their career or their money because there are more people willing to associate with them. Hello, Redbeard. How's it going? Hello, Bleezy. Hello, Jose. It is. It's true. Good morning, Brian. How you doing? Okay. That's interesting. Four of Swords in the reverse and Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands makes her entrance, but I'm actually getting that this is about a new person. Queen of Wands is somebody who's generally pretty attractive or has a lot of interest, pretty bold, goes after what they want. I feel like this person's expressing their interest in the King of Pentacles, and they're like, oh my, oh my. Why, yes, let's go out. All right, what else? This is, no, actually we need some Oracle. This is the Romantic Lenormand. I did. It was pretty, well, it was just gorgeous. What else do we have? We have the Lilies, number 30. Child, number 13. And House, number 4. So there's this new peaceful, loving beginning for the King of Pentacles after they deal with this betrayal from their partner. And it looks as though it's like a whirlwind romance where people are kind of like cheering these two on after knowing that the King of Pentacles had been mistreated by the Queen of Pentacles. So I do feel like this Queen of Wands could be musical or artistic in some way, but I definitely feel like they are attractive. So people are excited for this King of Pentacles to move on after the breakup or the infidelity. And feeling like maybe the King of Pentacles will kind of come out the winner from this situation. And the Queen of Pentacles is over there wondering if anybody's going to be like interested in them again. They might have to move. Thank you, Brian. This is the Romance Angel Oracle. What else do we have? Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. And another reference to children. So we could have somebody who was in a serious relationship. It didn't really go as far as they would like because it got interrupted by this infidelity. But then they go on to have a relationship, a happy relationship with this Queen of Wands, building a home together, having a very peaceful existence. This Queen of Pentacles may come back around and try to get back into the King of Pentacles' life, but I feel like they're more invested in this new connection. They're not really interested in rehashing the past or giving this Queen of Pentacles another try. Past life relationship. I feel like this is the Queen or the King of Pentacles learning a very important lesson about their value and what they're willing to accept in love. And they've been able to let go of or move beyond a connection that had maybe kept them in an unhappy space for longer than they should have been. Could have been somebody that they knew from a previous life. What else do we have? The Hermit. 3 of Rupees or 3 of Pentacles. The Moon and the 5 of Rods or the 5 of Wands. So the secret comes out regarding the competition that this King of Pentacles had while they were in a relationship with the Queen of Pentacles. They end up going off on their own. The Hermit is about solitude, right? Realizing that they deserve better and not being interested in falling for the illusions or the lies that the Queen of Pentacles was telling. It did come through as the Queen of Swords in the reverse. So the King of Pentacles has come out as the King of Swords as well. They're also coming through as the Empress. This loving energy that they offered to someone, but it was not returned to them, they're now getting that loving energy from this Queen of Wands. So they effectively upgraded after this falling out. But this Empress can also be about a child. So we could have somebody who's starting a family, but I do feel like whatever it is, we have somebody that's getting into a much happier, healthier relationship after dealing with this betrayal from the Queen of Pentacles. Hello, CJ. How are you doing? Hello, Luffy. Hello, Ashley. What else do we have? Queen of Swords, wise and intelligent, communicative, independent. 9 of Rods or 9 of Wands. And the Fool in the reverse. So this Queen of Pentacles is hearing some sort of conversation about this King of Pentacles, their ex. And I do feel like they're still struggling in terms of their social life, maybe also their professional life. And they hear that this King of Pentacles, their ex, is doing quite well. In a happy relationship, living their best life. They went through a glow up. Maybe their job's working out better for them, but they for sure are in a happy relationship, which makes the Queen of Pentacles kind of like karmic justice situation become more apparent to that Queen of Pentacles. Maybe I should have treated that person better. So they feel a bit overwhelmed. They feel like their choices are not very great. They feel like they should have been a little bit more respectful of this King of Pentacles, because now they don't know how they'd be able to be in a relationship like that again. It seems like they kind of lowered their own standards or lowered their own value, because now people look at them as someone that can't really be trusted. All right, this is The Truth Is. Hello, Nancy. How are you doing? All right. What else do we have? Love Magician. You have the power to transform this connection. So this is interesting. I feel like we have this Queen of Pentacles. They try to reconcile with the King of Pentacles, but the King of Pentacles is already happy in their new relationship with this Queen of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles feels like there's got to be some way I can get this person back. You liked me at one point, but they cannot convince the King of Pentacles. So they have this ego that is taking a hit, and that's probably the point of it, right? They need to realize that if they had created so much instability within this relationship, then why would that King of Pentacles be interested in going back to that, right? So because the King of Pentacles has a sense of self-worth, they're not interested in going back to that relationship. They are not interested in dealing with somebody who doesn't see the value in being committed or being faithful. They love themselves too much to go back to this Queen of Pentacles. And I just want to remind all of you that you deserve to be treated with respect and love. If somebody is failing to put that as a priority, then I would ask myself why you allow them in your space. We show others how we value ourselves based on what we tolerate or accept as far as behavior from other people. So have high standards. Treat yourself well. Treat yourself. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Michael. How you doing? Hello, Gator. Hello, Third Eye. Hello, One Who Possess. How you doing? Oh, I love that, Dylan. Hello, is it Ola? What's up? We've got truth seeking. You will discover the truth about the situation soon. So it feels like there is a little bit of a check-in point or a reality check for the King and Queen of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is basically realizing like, oh yeah, I guess I kind of came out on top with that one. And the Queen of Pentacles is realizing that being dishonest or disloyal to the King of Pentacles was the moment that changed their fortune and impacted multiple areas of their life, because they weren't willing to do right by this person that they had promised to. All right, let's see. This is Cat's Eye Tarot. I have like almost 90 tarot and oracle decks, so it's going to get more difficult for me to remember the names. But I think we can do it. Hello, Andrea. How are you doing? Hello, Minnesota Picker. What's up? Oh, all right. You might judge me. DUI. For some, you might have DWIs instead of DUIs. I got this shirt because I thought it was freaking hilarious, because back in these days, I was mostly tailgating for the Hawkeyes. And there's this shirt store there. Well, at least I hope it's still there, called Raygun. I got another shirt there too, which has like a messed up map of the Midwest with fake names. It's a great shop. Anyways, I didn't get paid for that. Hello, Maribel. How are you doing? Thank you, Ola. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? Yes, that's part of the problem. You can probably tell because Wicked Wands should be backwards for you as well. I'm not really sure why they flipped that. Did I not take a card already? I thought I did. Okay, so we have Justice. They've been talking about karmic justice. This Queen of Pentacles may have thought they were above that, may have thought they had too many friends and too many things were going their way. They could just do whatever they wanted. But now they're seeing that things have kind of come full circle. They've gone very well for this King of Pentacles. They've been able to level up or have a glow up, and they have not. So I do think that the Queen and the King are both getting an update if they don't already have insight into what has been going on with their ex. And it just makes it clear our decisions are important. Our decisions impact our lives, sometimes in greater ways than we expect. And with this Queen of Cups, we have somebody who has been able to reallocate their energy and their love towards this Queen of Wands, somebody who's actually respectful, right? Hello, Yato. How are you doing? Hello, Iron. Hello, James. How are you doing? Hello, August. Yes, Bonnie, it is. How are you today? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, longing for that relationship that they'd had, feeling like there's no way to resolve the problem. They've officially lost this King of Pentacles. That's just how it is. And the King of Pentacles has been able to find a happy, peaceful, beautiful relationship. It's almost as if that Queen of Pentacles making that horrible choice was in the best interest of the King of Pentacles. Like, yo, if you're gonna ruin it early on so I can get moving on to a different relationship or spend some time by myself. So I think the King of Pentacles at this point is kind of like, hey, thanks for doing what you did because it helped me identify the path that I should be on. Thank you, Robert. Bonnie, I do have my email address in the description box if you'd like a longer form personal reading. Otherwise, I do offer personal questions at the end of these general readings with priority to those who tip. I'm getting pretty hungry, so I might not do very many, if any, free questions right now, but I do like to do at least a couple each day. Ron, have you even been in my live chat before? You literally just come into a live chat being like, hey, are you single? Not recommended. But I do hope you're having a good day. We've got Queen of Pentacles. Oh, look at the sad face on that Queen of Pentacles. She like, why would you leave me? Well, because you were out there being a guard tool. So now the Queen of Pentacles is basically realizing they have fewer options romantically. They may have lost a group of friends. They may feel like their work opportunities are drying up or are not as great as they used to be. Thank you, One Who Possess. Well, welcome, Bonnie. There's some awesome people in the live chat, so make sure to enjoy that part of it. Hello, Cheryl. How are you doing? So we have the Star. The Sun. And the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Things have happened the way they were meant to happen. Now we have this Queen of Pentacles feeling like they've lost out. They don't really know where to go from here. They feel like they made a mistake. And this is a major loss that they can't really address. And then the King of Pentacles star has risen. They are more popular, maybe doing better with regards to their profession. But more importantly, they're in a happy, loving relationship. I guess you snooze, you lose. There's got to be a better pun than that. Let's go with the Hidden Truth Oracle, because I have a feeling that this Queen of Pentacles feels some type of way about this. They may end up confessing to the King of Pentacles that they've not been able to get over the King of Pentacles, even though it's been quite some time. Does this give you your answer? No. I'll say it for everybody. I'm not interested in hooking up with people that find me on YouTube. That's weird. That's creepy. Now, I will also say, though, a little bit of a goal of mine, okay, maybe a major goal of mine, I want somebody to fall in love in my live chat. So if y'all want to date, that's cool with me. I will support that as long as you're, like, kind to each other and nobody's, you know, lying or anything. But yeah, I am not here looking for someone to date. Hello, Renee. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Nancy. Oh my gosh. No, I love that typo though. That's pretty amazing. Hello, Anthony. How are you doing? So we have I Want to Feel That Way Again. Queen of Pentacles is lonesome, missing this King of Pentacles. You can kind of pick that up from this, can't you? Meow. Where'd you go, meow? I hid who I really am from you. So the Queen of Pentacles wanted to show a particular side of their character or personality to this King of Pentacles, but didn't want them to see their drawbacks or the things they needed to work on, right? And now they're stuck wishing that they had treated the King of Pentacles better. They initially felt like they were the catch. They felt like they were the, I don't know, the hottie, the one that everybody wanted to be with. But now this situation has taught them that the King of Pentacles was the catch. They were the one shooting out of their league or hitting out of their league. What is the term? I don't know. It's too early. Commentating app coming soon. No, it's going to be a membership level. If you pay $50 a month, then you're allowed to ask me one inappropriate question. I won't answer it, but you get to ask that question. Hello, Renee. Oh, wait, I think I did say hello to you. Sorry. Did I say hello to B? Yeah, no, the most important thing is that you love yourself, right? When you love yourself, all the other stuff just like falls into place. And I realize that's maybe not the easiest thing to bring about if you're having issues in life, but the things that help you to build a healthy amount of confidence. Not this like Queen of Pentacles, like I can do whatever I want. That's obnoxious. But that healthy confidence that I believe this King of Pentacles had figured out. That's what helps you navigate these things. So the Queen of Pentacles is left wishing that things could be different, wishing that they could get back what they've lost. Hello, Lee. Good morning. Of course I can. Let me write this down. I'm glad to hear that, Third Eye. Yes, exactly. Hello, Dwayne. How are you doing? Hello, Rebecca. How are you today? Hello, Juan. Finding out the truth crushed me. We both know I am not the one for you. I lost myself for a little while, and I left when I saw you as someone. Yeah, that's rough. So I thought I was going to have an opportunity. If I just gave you a little bit of time, maybe you would get over what I did. Maybe you would forget that I wasn't treating you with the respect that you deserved. And then I could come back around. But the truth is, I think we've both kind of realized that maybe there wasn't a long-term option for the two of us because we're on different planes. We're on different pages. King of Pentacles apparently deserves better. So I think this Queen of Pentacles has been basically challenged to work on themselves, let go of the things that made them feel like they were too good for everybody else, address some of those self-awareness issues, learn the value of loyalty, right? If you have a good friend who is not loyal in their romantic relationship, does it not then become a question in your mind as to whether or not you could trust that friend? If you can cheat on your spouse, could you not then do something to betray your best friend and not have a problem with it? These are the questions that caused problems for the Queen of Pentacles. They didn't expect that this whole situation would impact so many areas of their life. But when people see that you are unwilling to do right by an obligation that you've made or do right by a person who is your partner, then it leads to other questions. It leads to other assumptions. And sometimes those assumptions are right. But the Queen of Pentacles is having to deal with the fact that they lost the best relationship in their life because they were selfish. Aw, thank you, Rebecca. I got you. I probably won't go much longer. Actually, maybe just a couple more cards for the general reading, and then I'm going to start with the personal questions. Lee is up first, and then Rebecca. And then Nancy, do you have a question at all? Would you like me to pull some random cards for you? Or are you just a generous person? Whatever it is, thank you. All right, let's pull just a few more for the general reading from the Zodiac fortune telling cards. Let me know what your question is, Nancy. And then we'll start with those personal questions. Heartaches and troubles before real success. So where the Queen of Pentacles may have been more successful when they were dating or married to the King of Pentacles, now it seems like it's the opposite. The Queen of Pentacles may be struggling to get work, and the King of Pentacles may be doing quite well financially, but they had to go through this little drama with the Queen of Pentacles before that energy shift. You are inclined to rule and help people. So this would be for that King of Pentacles. Because you have what appears to be a heart of gold, you are meant to be a pillar of society, or you are meant to be an inspiration to others, which means you will be placed or you will find yourself in a position of relative power or influence in some way. And as a result, I feel like you bring positivity to those around you. The King of Pentacles is also getting a message of like a call to action to help a friend. There's someone here who is in need, a close friend of yours. I do feel like for some of you it could be a newer friend, but this is somebody who, if you help them, there is like payback, a positive payback for you in the future. Now, I'm not telling you that you should be generous or charitable because you think that there's something that will come back your way in the future. I think the most delightful things that you can do with your time is do something kind or generous without expecting anything back. One of my favorite ways is to tip an outrageous amount randomly for someone who did a really good job, but I can tell is, I don't know, maybe working a little bit too much or a little bit too stressed, especially if they're like the hardest worker on the team that you've been watching. But there's something here about being very helpful towards a friend and how that benefits you in the future. Oh, I didn't know it's bump face. What was your question, B? Hello, Sideshow. Sideshow's asking how are Zodiac and Tarot related. I think the easiest way to answer that question is to say that the Tarot deck is comprised of 78 cards, and they are each of them associated with a part of the astrological sign system. So for example, the Fool would be associated with Aquarius. Magician is Aries, I believe. And so there's correlations, but they are, I would still say, kind of like their own entity. Thank you, Ashley. Love life reading. The person I want has issues. I got you. Thank you, Ashley. Hey, Danny. I'm just gonna remove your comment and ask you to clarify what you're talking about. Thank you, Sideshow. Have a good one, CJ. All right, so we're gonna go with Soul Cat Tarot and start with Lee's question or request for a reading. What do we have for Lee, please? Oh, I just realized why my phone is so dark. I kind of turned down the, there we go. Now I can see better. What do we have for Lee, please? Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Three of Cups in the reverse. The Wheel. It's about Sean. I feel like there's someone here who's about to miss an opportunity or have some negative impact to their life, but there's still a possibility they can change it. It's about someone feeling like they don't have control over this when they really do. And this is about someone that you are associated with or somebody who has like questions being asked of them, whether or not they're being loyal. I know you had a question yesterday about a person from your club. I don't think it's that. So this could be your older daughter. This could be your ex. But I feel like somebody is being asked some difficult questions, and if they lie, it gets worse for them. If they're honest, it improves for them. But this is somebody who I do feel like they tend to lie. So there could be a bit of a struggle for them if they choose to do that instead of actually being honest about what happened. So you may hear of like a little bit of a fallout with regards to that relationship. Let me look for it. Oh, I don't see it, Nancy. Bumface. For the shy tea. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. So Lee, be cautious. I do feel like this is one of those things where it could become a problem that involves a lot of other people. So if you're asked to participate in an argument, it looks like your advice is stay a little bit away from that because I don't feel like it's your business. And I do feel like someone could potentially ask you to lie for them, which is no bueno. Good luck to you, Lee. And then we've got Rebecca looking for some direction. What is it that Rebecca needs to hear regarding direction? There is information coming to you soon that helps you regarding a decision that you have to make. It confirms your intuition. So in other words, with justice, we have a decision between two things, right? Right or left. If you've ever gotten lost in a small town and your GPS ain't working and you're like, Which way to civilization? Isn't that way? That's what I'm sensing. It's like one or the other, right? But this is saying you've already got the information. You're going to get confirmation. Your intuition is going to be confirmed and make you feel like you do have the ability to make that decision confidently. So I would say, Rebecca, first and foremost, trust that intuition, and then make sure you're keeping an eye out for that confirmation that comes your way. It could be in the form of a song or in a dream. Wow, we've got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. This is about to improve your financial stability or like your domestic bliss. So I do feel like the important thing here is to be decisive, because I feel like timing is important. When you have this decision made and you back it up with your action, or you like fully engage in that, it does improve things for you. The stability. Anything else that Rebecca needs to know, please? Four of Wands. Moving on up. And Temperance. So you've got to be vigilant. You've got to trust your intuition. You've got to be observant. If you do those things and you take action on your intuition when you make this decision, you've got a huge leveling up happening. Your life improves markedly. Like, people will be able to see. But you have to trust your intuition and take that action when you get that confirmation. All right, Kangs, you want to be a little bit more honest here? Are we trying to judge people? Or are you saying I'm invited to the cookout? Because then we cool. Hello, Mac. Hello, Erkin. Hello, Steph. How we doing? Wait, there's another question. Hello, Sideshow. So I start with a general or collective reading, and then often people will tip for a personal question, which is what I'm doing right now. I've got a little list that I keep of the personal questions that I do on the live stream, but I do also offer private readings, which are videos that don't have ads and only those with the link can find. I usually return those within 24 hours, and you can ask about those in my email address, which is in the description box for you. But pretty much daily I'm on here for the live streams doing personal questions for folks. Hello, Grindhard, how you doing? Oh, are you quoting Amy Winehouse to me, Huge? All right, so we're gonna move on to, good luck to Rebecca, by the way. We're gonna move on to Nancy, and I think the question was if you should, was it give something to Shy T? Ah, giving the gifts. Okay, let's see. Which one do I want? I'll go with this one. Right? Did I use that already? No. All right, so for Nancy, should the gift be sent to the Shy T? Indeed. So we have the Tower, the Four of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. Sending this gift is going to put the Shy T into an interesting space, headspace, where they're like, what do I do? Should I communicate? Should I reject? So it's like inviting them to make a decision, right? Hey, white cards. I don't actually. But you might want to take a look at the Bible, which encourages you to not be judgmental. And I think it was even Jesus who said that you should love your neighbors as yourself, right? So you're welcome to come back if you'd like, but if you're going to be judgy about people's beliefs or decisions, then you're not welcome. Yeah, no, this is what it like puts them back on their heels, where they're like, okay, now I got to make a decision. I can't just sit here. 3 of Wands, Death. Wow, 2 of Pentacles. I mean, this is like hanging in the balance, could go either way, but it's basically changing the situation from, okay, nothing's happening, it's just kind of like no big deal, to you're gonna have to make a choice. Do you want it to continue to be quiet? Do you want it to be a risk where you lose me forever? Or you're gonna do something about it? So yeah, the universe is here for it. Ooh, thank you, Grandhard. Let me add you to the list. Good luck to you, bumface. You know I love you. And we've got Ashley up next. Let me write down Grindhard's questions real quick. I love what you call her future wifey. To birthday. Hey, that's an important thing, right? Ready to be around me soon. How should she react to? Always getting serious, grind hard. All right, so for Ashley, we've got a request for direction or guidance on the love life. There is somebody that you've been dealing with who has some issues. What guidance do we have for Ashley on her love life, please? King of Pentacles. All right, I like that beginning. 2 of Cups in the reverse. Two of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Wands. Murky. There's someone else here. So, Ashley, I'm seeing that there's someone here who you're being encouraged to walk away from. And there's someone who is like manifesting you in. And I don't feel like you expect this person to be interested in you, or you don't expect to meet someone like this. But the way I'm seeing it, oddly, is you are this King of Pentacles. You have a lot to offer. You offer stability. People are interested in a relationship with you because you know who you are. There's stability here. But with this 2 of Cups, I feel like you're contemplating walking away from someone who doesn't have that stability. Like, if I have to be the one to hold it down all the time, if you can't take over, or if you can't be like a true partner, then like that dynamic's going to be a little bit codependent, right? So I feel like this is essentially telling you the current person who's got things that they need to work on, let them work on them. It's not your problem to solve. But there's someone else here who's interested in you, and I feel like they see what you deserve and that it's more than what you're currently getting. Tell me more about this Queen of Wands. Four of Swords, Devil in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles. So don't over-invest, or maybe even reconsider whether you invest at all in the current person who's going through things. They do need space and time to heal their own things. Again, that's not your responsibility. But there's this Queen of Wands who's interested in you, or who you're going to meet shortly, who is interested in you when they meet you. And they have the long term in mind. They have already been working on their stuff. They've already been working on themselves. They would not be taking out their own shortcomings or fears onto you. They would be just like loving on you. So Does it mean you have to like choose this person as soon as you meet them? No, but allow this Queen of Wands the ability or like the space to get to know you. And I think you'll realize that that might be a better fit for you than the current person. Let's all wish Ashley some good luck with regards to love. And good luck to everybody, really. I do feel like this person that has some issues could do well working on them, but it seems like your being in their life may delay that. They may feel like it's not necessary to do the work if you're already in their life. If you're not, they might see the value in making sure they are their best self, right? Yeah. You deserve to be loved. True love. Perhaps not pursue. I got you. I'll add it to the list. Nancy Reagan. Not pursue. Shanti. So let me get a different tarot deck. We've got Grind Hard up next. This is the Earth and Bones Tarot. So how did Lady Friend react to Grind Hard remembering her birthday? Six of Petals. You got points. Okay, so I do this dumb thing where if I'm in a conversation with somebody, I still see over my head or over their head the stupid Sims stuff where if you like the person, you get little plus signs, and if they were saying something you didn't like, it would be little negative signs. Like, I still sometimes picture that. There were plus signs above your head. She was like, okay, that's awesome. You actually like pay attention. There's something here about like suspicious energy that is evaporating over time the more that she gets to know you, but you got points for remembering her birthday, that's for sure. Is she ready to be around him soon? I think within about 4 weeks. I know that seems like a longer time, but I feel like there's a lot that has to like happen. But yes, she's getting closer to that. It may be faster than that, but I do feel like she needs a little bit more time. But she's starting to see you as this King of Pentacles energy, somebody that would be a provider or actually like be reliable and care for her, which is not easy for her to see in other people. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of hesitation in seeing the good in others, right? How did she react to his daughter knowing who she is? Ace of Cups in the reverse, Justice in the reverse, Magician, and King of Wicks or King of Wands. She felt a little guilty because she has maybe some concerns as to whether or not she's been telling people about you as much as she should. But with the Magician and the King of Wands, she's, I think, admiring your bold energy and the fact that you are very decisive. I don't know that she's used to that. She might have dealt with a lot of like kind of murky energy, people who went back and forth or who always felt like they were missing out on somebody else, right? Oh, Misty, that's so sweet of you. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I don't know what... Productions, I done warned you. Deuces. No, we're not going to take that here. And thank you, everybody. I sure do appreciate your positive energy in the live chat. And when you defend me, it just makes me all just like tear up inside. Hello, Jamie. How are you doing? Oh, Sideshow, that's so sweet. Thank you for putting that out there. Oh, Ashley, it's okay. Your love is helping, but sometimes your absence helps even more in terms of motivating people, right? It did happen, you're right. Aw, muchas gracias. Hello, Gragas. How are you doing? Grind hard, you know we're rooting for you. You've been patient, and it looks as though it's paying off with the Six of Jars or Six of Cups in the reverse. This is just a little reminder to make sure as you're moving towards this commitment or this connection, make sure you're cleaning house. Make sure there's a very strong level of confidence on your side that you are ready for a relationship. Is there any roster you need to clean up? Is there anybody you need to forgive? Is there anything you need to let go of? I feel like you've done a good job of this, but there seems to be one thing here that they're saying you need to like just kind of make sure is solid, right? All right, so for bum phase, should I pursue shy tea? Nine of Swords in the sideways position is not normally something that I do. But Nine of Swords is also about like stress and anxiety. And then we have the Ten of Jars or the Ten of Cups in the reverse. I'm going to put it to you like this. You can get the love that you seek from this person, but it would require blood, sweat, and tears. It would require more patience. It would require frustration. Can you get there? Sure. Is there something better for you out there? Probably. I think this is somebody who has hidden a decent amount of their shortcomings from you, where you have this sense of hope or you feel like this is something that you should pursue because of that connection. But their unwillingness to be genuine with you and their unwillingness to be working on that, I think, is basically signing you up for more work than you should have to go through, right? Is there anybody new that is coming into focus for Nancy Reagan, for bum face? Little competition? Not yet. There's something about addressing this chaos first being the trigger or the catalyst to bring in another soulmate for you. But with Temperance being in the reverse, it's saying make sure you're good from a mindset. Maybe it's just about listening to the right music, expressing yourself creatively, I don't know, working on manifesting in. It doesn't have to be specifically to love, right? Just give me all that happiness. Give it to me. But I do feel like the new year seems to be a fresh start for you. Now, I'm not telling you you can't enjoy your holidays. I'm saying enjoy it to the fullest. But I feel there's a mindset shift and a change at the beginning of the new year that highlights a new path for you. Hey, Sam. I feel like you could be more respectful, so I'm putting you in a little timeout. Hopefully that gives you the time to figure it out. It sounds like you're being a little judgy, and I would encourage you to remind yourself that sometimes it's best to approach things with a little bit of respect as opposed to judging people. There's actually some really awesome things out there. Third eye, I think he was trying to imply I'm a demon. But if I were a demon, could I hold this? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot. It even says the name of the church on here. I probably don't want to show you guys that though. This was actually made from a pew in my grandparents' church. Sadly, the church is no longer. So when they were dismantling it, they made some really cool things from it. So, all right. I love you all. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you on the next